Once upon a time, there was a girl named Rebecca Cole. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard the once upon a time thing a lot, but please try not to fall asleep. I don't think Mrs. Krieger would like that. Okay, so Rebecca Cole was born in Philadelphia, of course, the Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Not sure if there's Philadelphia anywhere else, but who knows. I was really amazed by how she overcame racial and general stereotypes by training in all girls and all colored schools. Then she went on to go to many medical colleges and then even practiced in South Carolina until she returned home to Philadelphia in 1973. Once she got back home to Philadelphia, she opened up a center that provided medical and legal services to poor women and children there. Later, she went to D.C. There, she superintended a home for poor colored women and children. Even though she had practiced medicine for like 50 years, few records of her have survived, and no pictures of her even remain. That doesn't really surprise me because in the time she was alive, the Civil War was going on, and a lot of historical papers and records went missing, got burned, all that kind of stuff. And you're probably wondering now why she's so famous. She was the second African American woman to receive a medical degree in the U.S. Surprisingly enough, the first was just 3 years before her, a girl named Rebecca Crumbler. I don't know if that has anything to do with them both having the first name Rebecca, or what. But, hey, again, you never know when it comes to history. Or science. So, as I said before, she lived during the Civil War. And, of course, since it was a war, many people were wounded, hurt, sick. Everything was running short. Food, supplies, medicine. But what she did really did make a difference. Every nurse did. But I guess she really put a lot of work and effort into it. And not only did she make routine house calls to poor families living on the streets or bad city towns, she did it with a smile on her face, with the sunny optimism you rarely see during a war. Then, a while after the war was over, in 1876, she fought, and won, I might add, for American that were Africans women to work alongside Caucasian women in the Ladies' Sentinel Committee of Philadelphia. That was a group where ladies tried to make a difference in their community, and the African American women didn't really have a say in it. She fought, and eventually there was a small group of African American women, but they didn't make decisions alongside of the Caucasians. There were like two separate groups. And so this Rebecca Cole that we've kind of not really learned about, but have seen on the board, and I know some other kids are also doing projects on her. Well, I have to admit, and I really hope you guys are too, impressed with what she did. Not only did she help the people back then with finding new things and studying medicine and practicing it and helping people, that knowledge she got back then also helped scientists today. Also, just her spirit of helping affected that generation, which I guess they passed down that kind of optimism in some places to more people, and it kind of must have somehow spread to today. And I mean, people who are lucky enough to get a look back on what she did can now think about what they can do like that. So, thanks for listening to my recordings on my iPod about Rebecca Cole. I hope you actually learned something, and hope nobody fell asleep.